Hello, friends. First of all, sorry I haven't done one of these in a while. I just had it in my mind that they'd outlasted their usefulness and people wouldn't really get much out of them anymore, as it's less of a struggle these days, more of a continuation of the same. But then I thought, I'm self conscious about doing them. I don't want to do them, but they were very helpful at the time, and maybe I'm getting complacent, and maybe I just need to check in with myself. If anything, if not for you, for me. So maybe this video is a selfish video. Regardless, it's been over 2 months since I've had a drink. The last time I was not sober but hungover was the 16th of July. So the last time I had a drink was the 15th of July, which takes it over 60 days, I believe. The first 2 weeks were a pain. The first night was horrific. Um, but I just wanted to say to you, and you've probably seen it before, and I see it on the internet quite a lot. And when I do, it does help me. It's one of those things that's cliche and trite, and you think, oh, this isn't going to do anything for me. But it's just the sentence that I think everyone should hear, especially these days, is you are good enough. You are good enough. Especially important in a world where you're constantly told from every avenue or every minute of the day that you are not good enough, and that you need this or that or this or that or this or that to be happy, to be content. And usually is the case, if anyone has been through the gauntlet of acquiring things, is that when you've acquired them, it does not make you content or happy. As that age old thing of some celebrities have said it. Jim Carrey has famously said, I wish everyone in the world could be a millionaire and everyone in the world could achieve their dreams, because then they'd realize that it's not the answer. I'm afraid, friends, we're just stuck in the continuation of being human. The struggle I find with being sober is being sober, being conscious, especially if, like me, you are someone who inherently, from whatever reason, uh, dislikes themselves and finds it very difficult to sit with themselves or be with themselves, whatever they consider to be themselves, their selves, as identity is very, what's the word, tenuous. Um, all you want to do sometimes is to escape from oneself, to be outside of either the mind, the body, the spirit, the soul, to transform, to transmogrify the state of oneself into something else, to escape from the little prison in your brain, the big prison of your body. That's what I struggle with, finding avenues to escape from this little space I occupy in the universe, I suppose, not just the world. Really sounding like a new age man now, aren't I? So things have crept into fill that hole. Like gambling and like eating too much. I thought the weight would drop off me once I stopped drinking. But I did that thing in the beginning where you eat lots of sugar and you eat lots of chocolate and whatnot, and then that just continued to takeaways and eating, and then almost to the point of binge eating now in the evenings to kind of get a feeling of fullness that is somewhat close to being drunk. If anyone understands that, getting yourself into a state where, like I was saying before, where you're changed a little bit. But it's not all negatives. It's not all. It's not all negatives. Um, I think I said maybe a month ago or so. I laugh more. I think more clearly when I do think. I find most of my days just streaming on that subconscious kind of unconscious, not unconscious, is it unconscious, unaware level of just going through your habits. I think, what's the stat, you actually think, consciously think something like 20% a day or something, and the rest of it is just motion. You're on a track. And that's another great quote, isn't it? I'm coming out with all the quotes today. Was it Carl Jung, that said, if you don't make the subconscious conscious, then it will rule your life and you will call it fate. That's a brilliant one. That's a very good one. If you continue on your presets, I think everyone's on a preset from maybe childhood or genetics or whatever. And if you just run on that track without actually questioning it or kind of trying to rationalize it or trying to step off that track consciously with conscious effort, then you're doomed to kind of stay on that track and go, oh, this is just who I am. The biggest thing about confronting all these new feelings and new thoughts is that I feel terrifyingly like in no man's land, or like a desert or an expanse.